For their entire lives, your kids are going to be making decisions. They're going to be forced with decisions to, what school to choose. They're going to be forced on peer pressure decisions. Should I try alcohol? Should I not? Should I try drugs? Should I not? What types of friends they will choose, the activities that they will choose in their life. Essentially, the questions that they're answering are, what type of a person will they become? Given that they're going to make all of these tough decisions, and because as parents and teachers you've made these decisions yourself throughout your life, the question is, how will they make those decisions? What are the basis of the values that they will make those decisions from? Our kids' view of the world matters. The way that they see the world is framed on what their life experience has been. And this is, again, what some people call character. It's the set of values that they apply against any decision. There's a lot of terms for this. Sometimes it's called their paradigm. I want to just show you a little statistic, give you some perspective on how much influence you're having. And these numbers are a little frightening. The average family, parents and kids, spend about 6 hours a week together. Now, that's not quality time. That's just 6 hours total time that they're spending together. Some estimates have quality time, quality meaningful conversation time, as low as 3.5 minutes per week. Whereas religious services, about an hour per week. Time that they spend in school, about 23 hours per week. Time that they spend watching television, about 30 hours per week. And time that they're exposed to media in general. And this is movies, this is music, this is video games, computer time, about 75 hours per week. So what does all this mean? Well, it means that we're at a disadvantage in the amount of time that we can spend with our kids. If we're getting on average 5 hours a week compared to 75 hours of time that they spend with media, well, it's a lot easier to see how that media is going to be presenting way more bits of information about what their worldview should be than what we're giving them. It means that because we're at a disadvantage, the time we spend with them has to be productive, it has to be focused, and we have to have a plan. Now, there's an interesting survey in USA Today a few years ago, and in that survey, parents said that they feel that they are failing to teach values at the level that they would like to their kids. They feel that it's a crisis. The same survey showed that 90% of parents feel that television in general is getting worse and worse every year. So it's the same pattern, right? We're struggling to teach values, and the influence that our kids are getting from all the media is getting worse and worse. I'm going to share some numbers with you, and these aren't meant to scare you or just be something to completely freak you out, but rather to give us more perspective on the challenges that we're facing, why our time and our plan has to be so focused with our kids. So 66. That's the percentage of Americans who regularly watch television during their dinner hour. 3.5. That's the number of minutes that parents spend on average in meaningful conversations with their kids each week. 3.5 minutes per week. 1,500, however, is the number of hours that they will spend watching television. 8,000. That's the number of murders that will be depicted on television that your kids will see by the time an average child finishes grade school. 200,000. is the number of violent acts that will be seen on TV by the time a child is 18 years old. 15 billion. That's the amount of spending that the top 100 advertisers spend per year to reach us. So if you're a parent standing out there saying, I need to reach my kids and I need to teach them core positive values, well, you don't have $15 billion in resources to put towards it. You don't have the number of hours that your children will spend in front of the television. So what do we have? Well, your words and your actions, mostly the behavior that you model, are critically important to your kids. You have to set a good example, in other words. And also, it's important that you have a plan.